We are on the Gamescom 2025, now looking at the Escape Simulator 2, and with me is...
I'm Marty, I'm the community manager for Escape Simulator.
Yeah, great, then let's jump into the game and you show us what you got.
Yeah, will do. The first thing the people that played Escape Simulator 1 will notice is that instead of a main menu, we now have a bit of a hub, where now instead of when you're in menu, you change your character, you now walk up to the mirror and change your character. We thought this was really nice to, well, if you have a game about escape rooms, more rooms can never hurt. So, and we also have little extras and secrets hidden in the hub that people can figure out. And here you head to the mirror and you can choose your character and how it looks. A lot of stuff still planned, but for the demo now we still have we only have the hair and the body. Or we'll go with a male character and head over to the portal. And then for the demo right now we have the courtyard level, just like a bit of a dark gothic look to it, which is quite different from our first game. Which is a bit more cartoony, but I think it's a really nice to have like such a like almost a shock in how things look, because it really kind of feels like you're playing a new game, but all the mechanics are still the same. So once you start playing, you immediately know that you're still playing an escape simulator.
So in the unlikely event that anybody doesn't know what an escape room is, well, it's a room you usually get locked in, oftentimes also in real world, and then you have to solve various riddles to find keys, codes, and other things that will progress you towards the exit, and the goal is to get to the exit. And now we got this in a digital form. So yeah, we've got a lot of things that we can already see lying around, numbers on the walls, and these are probably, most of these things at least, are some hints towards our quest.
Yeah, so I already know a lot of clues that I need to go for right away. But what we did in the game, just like with the first game, is a lot of clutter to distract the player, just like with real life escape rooms. So sometimes you'll see any item and you think, oh, maybe I need this. But most of the time it's clutter that we put down just to distract the player or confuse them maybe. So yeah, I picked up a few of the first clues. I like to always start with this clue, which when you press space, you can inspect the paper. Sometimes we have little written secrets on the back. This one's pretty straightforward. I like to always use the pin system, which I really love. It lets you pin it to your screen so that you can just do whatever you need to do while you still have the clue in your hand, so you don't need to take any pictures or write stuff down. So here in the text it says, in the shadowed depths of ancient graves rest the two robbers. So we hope a lot of people kind of already start looking for something to dig with, for example, or stuff like that. Well, again, I already know this level out of the back of my head, so I know exactly where to go. But we try to make the puzzle's not too hard and not too easy. We want people to feel like have a good sense of accomplishments when they find stuff and when they solve puzzles. So and now I have a little blue flame as a hint on the paper. Now as you notice, next to the trees there's little blue flames and little candles. And here, when I step in the right place, they light up. So now I know, okay, I'm doing something right. And since I already found the shovel, I'll put this away for a second. I know, okay. Yeah, you have any question?
Yeah, it's just thinking, it didn't occur to me at first because I haven't played this game digitally, and this is something that would be incredibly hard to do in the real world. So you actually found a way to up-level, to improve reality.
Yeah, and that's also something that's a very strong theme in the first game. Because in the first game you also had like places where an average person wouldn't be able to go, like space, for example. So it's like a place that someone would never be able to go. You can work with like super unique puzzles that would never be able to do in real life. So that is definitely something that is a trend in the Escape Simulator games. So now we have a spot to dig. Now we find a chest. And now just like with any item, I always like to inspect it. Am I missing anything? Are there any codes? I'm seeing this. This looks like maybe a keyhole for something. And then we have more little lanterns we're trying to light up. So we head in this corner. They all light up too. Do another dig. And there is a key. And to help the players a little bit, we have a little symbol next to some items so that they know, okay, I'm gonna need this at one point in the game. And well, you can inspect it, and you get a little pop-up when you're close to the handle, and I know, okay, I can do something with this. And now I know, oh, look, this looks familiar. So you go from the menu, drag it over, and then you can just open it up. And that's the first of the 4 big puzzles you're working towards on this map. You're supposed to, let's see, yep. If you find the 3 other ones, which are linked to all kinds of different puzzles throughout this entire level, and then when you get them all, the door opens, and that's kind of the end of the level.
The kind of downside is that once you've solved the puzzle, there's no incentive to do it again, right? It's every time, like, play once.
Yes, but we try to like motivate people to keep playing. It's a good timing. We always hide these little puzzle pieces everywhere that the people that play Escape Simulator 1 will know very well. And these are the bane of existence for some of our players because they love collecting these and they love 100%ing games and they love. There's a lot of completionists. Some we hide really well and make it a bit see-through. So that's just really fun to play around, and it also makes for a bit more of a replayability, which is really nice. And people do really play rooms again just to find these puzzle pieces. And we're gonna do one more little puzzle that I really like. Is this one? The 2 fires dance in the Grand Tower. Listen to their message. I'm gonna pin this up here, and I'm gonna look for the Grand Tower. And now you see 2 flames move, and the left flame indicates which side you have to get vertically, and the right flame you have to choose which you get horizontally. So and I already know this, but this one is H, and then the second one is in E because the one is going down and one is on the top. This one's an L, it's in the bottom and the top, and this one's a P. So now I know, okay, I'm looking. I have the word help now. What am I going to do with that? Well, I'm heading back to the place where I found the paper, and I see a little chest, inspect the lock, and they have a 4-letter code. So now I know, okay, well, this is probably where I need to enter this.
So for now, it seems like rather simple. So the quest is more like you need to look around and see where you can find the stuff, but it's not like solving it itself. Probably it's going to progress to get really hard puzzles.
Yeah, and I also do have to say, I make it look very easy now. The average person we've had at our booth takes around 30 minutes, I'd say, for this level. So I'm making it look a bit easy because I know exactly where to look and where all the puzzles are. But yeah, we try to make it challenging and go from like moderately challenging to harder down the level. What's it called?
Yeah, I think I can see that I would probably have to spend a lot of time until I have realized the thing with the lamps and the fires. That this is something that if you haven't played this in a digital form, that maybe isn't very intuitive. But once you know, oh, you need to look for such things, then of course it helps a lot.
Yeah, no, that's exactly true. Because a lot of people, they when you find a paper like this, a lot of people tend to read over the message and just check this out, and then they hold it in their inventory and they look around, where do I use this, where do I use this, and then after a while they start reading it more, and then they're like, oh, this is where I need to look. And it's always really funny because when there's someone playing here, and sometimes they like to get a bit of help, and I just say, read the message, and then they read the message and they're like, oh man, yeah, okay, I got it, thanks. So it differentiates per person. Because some people come over here that like played the entirety of the first game, and they're done in like 20 minutes, something like that. And people that have never played this game, we've had people take about 45 minutes. So I'd say that is a bit of the range of time you can spend per room. And of course, it's going to get harder, so you're going to spend more time per room. But
do you have user-generated content like a level editor and so on?
Yeah. So one of the really big things that also keeps the game very alive is in Escape Simulator 1 we had a room builder, which in the community can make their own rooms, and they can upload it, and other community members can play those rooms. So that makes for a really high influx of content coming in. So every time they boot up the game, there's like, oh, there's a new puzzle, a new room again that I can try out. And we have like the top rooms created by players are some have puzzles where I'm even like, I could have not thought of making this puzzle or making this room. So it's really fun to see. So there's always a constant influx of content coming in. So the issue that you said, where it's like once you play the level, you kind of like not really a reason to go back. But that's also why there's a room builder, because there's always going to be a reason to keep coming back. So we have a little.
There was something on the outside. The top right is. Can we change that?
Yeah, so we just saw the code on the other side of the window. So we can just solve this right now.
Now you also need to find a way to get to the solution, even if you know it.
Yeah, some of these are just brute force because I just forget the most direct way. And have a little key on a little bottle. So what does the key do? Like I played it again. I played it so I know where to go. But we try to give little hints as to okay, I found the key here. So the key owns to the person that was in this carriage. So I'm assuming somewhere near the carriage there's a way to use this key, which is the case. And then we have 3 little shapes, and I know that I've just found this in the carriage, so it belongs to this person, as well as the stake, versus 2 buttons. And now I see, oh, a hammer. So what we like to do is very early on, sometimes you find like clues which stay in your inventory for so long, and you're like, what do I do with this? And then later in the game, you're like, oh, so this is how I use this damn hammer. And you can put it in, and have a new clue.
But you said there's also clutter, so maybe you have a lot of things in your inventory that you never need.
Yeah, exactly. That's a thing that happens. I see it with a lot of experienced Escape Simulator players. They have a very clean inventory, whereas people that try it for the first time, they have like an inventory going all the way to the right of the screen, because it's just so full with like papers and like they put stuff in their inventory. They put everything they find in there just in case maybe I need it, you know? So after a while, it's completely full. That's also why we brought the trash can back, just like in the first game. So if you're like, oh, okay, so I don't need this, just put it in there. And if you end up needing it, you can just reach out. So I put the mirror in, but I do need the mirror, so I just take it out. And there's another item yeah, when you see it, you're like, yeah, I feel like there's something with this. I feel like I should inspect it. And now there's a little extra view to it. This is also something we did for the first time. It creates like a different POV in which you can try and solve puzzles. So you look around, what am I looking for? Is there anything here?
Yeah, yet another thing that you can not so easily do in the real world.
No. The normal person, I don't think, can fly out of his body. So this is also something you can work with. Now I find this little symbol here. And if I go into this corner on the carriage, there's another symbol. And I believe in the corner here somewhere. Where was it? Even I don't always remember. Oh, there it is. I have a couple of symbols.
Yeah, that's actually pretty hard to find if you need to go in, like inside, and still need to look at yourself from above.
Yeah, this is definitely also one of the puzzles that takes a lot of time for a lot of people. Because first of all, you also have to know, okay, I need to interact with this. You know, you see a little gear, so you know that you can interact with it. But a lot of people just are playing a bit too fast, so they don't notice this. And then, but yeah, besides that, once I've seen a lot of players, once they actually enter this POV, they start running around right away. Like, can I find new clues? Can I see new stuff? So that's fun to see. So now I know there's a little staff thing here, and there's a little plant thing here. So, and of course, you can see the little bird that's following you, in which you turn into. So now I know. Of course, this I know, but other players will have to figure out. So I know plant, and I know staff.
How long will normal players need to complete all of the game?
All of the I don't know that one yet. I'm not 100% sure how many levels are gonna be in the second one. No, I don't know. So this is one of the audio puzzles. Well, you can also turn on subtitles in case you don't have audio. But I don't think I picked it up yet. Oh yeah, it was over here. There's a little translation book here. It speaks Latin. So, yeah, these are one of the puzzles that I really like a lot, because these kind of puzzles you could probably also do in real life, but it just works so well in game, because it also brings another layer to the puzzles. Like I need to listen in, I need to translate. You know, you need to. You could also just put it in translate probably, but it's a lot of fun seeing people just use that. Like a lot of people at the booth pull out their phones to take pictures of things. A lot of people, when doing the flame puzzle, they take out their phone and they're like, okay, so that's H and that's E and that's L, and that's so they very instinctively take out their phone and start like making notes, taking pictures. But I guess that's also just a very puzzle gamer mindset. Like a lot of puzzle gamers like to keep notes.
Can you actually take also notes like here on screen, like this?
What do you mean?
I mean, could you just take out a sheet of paper in game and make notes here on screen?
No, that's not possible. I kind of like that idea though, but no, that's not possible. So a lot of people just keep notes in real life to write stuff down. Let's see. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so far I just also looked at the picture, but I didn't find any of the words that we just had on the subtitle.
Yeah. So that's also a bit of a thing. You kind of have to have like a basic sense, because quid est maximum being biggest. So it's basically which is the biggest.
Nehmen wir die Sonne, no?
Exactly. So the sun. So a lot of people know what sun in Latin is, or sun, and if they don't know, they'll usually go to translate or they look it up. So that's also an extra layer of the puzzles, which is fun. So now we know, okay, quid est maximum, sol. And then we have ignis.
That sounds like does it burn or something?
Yeah, exactly. So we have ignis. I'm assuming again sol. And then we have our post vitam. Vitam being life. And sorry, you can ask a question.
Yeah, I was just searching it and then I realized, no, it isn't. We have changed, of course, the answers, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. This post vitam.
So that could be core, because a heart is part of something being alive. And Mors I don't find there. And Manos, a hand, well, that could also be something of being alive. And Amicus, don't find there.
See, but you're doing a pretty good job at solving it already without knowing Latin, you know? So it works very well, even because you automatically know, okay, so life, what brings life? Of course.
Yeah, I would choose that.
All right, let's try it. Let's see. Well, I guess it's not the right answer, because when she picked the wrong answer, it goes back to the first answer. So you're like, okay, something's not completely right. So what I see a lot of people also do is when they don't feel like doing this, they're kind of just like brute forcing it. So they're like, okay, let's see, because this is the only puzzle that I don't 100% remember, so I'm going to try and figure it out as we sit here.
Post vitam, that could, I mean, post is after, vitam, I don't know, after life or something?
So the Morse is death. So maybe after life comes death. Well, it seems to go to the next question, so could be right. And then we have igneous again being fire.
Just no idea what the enemy to fire, so aqua would make sense.
Exactly. So, and now you solve the puzzle. So even without knowing Latin, you just solve the puzzle, which is just really fun to see. So, and then we just put that in there. So now we have the second key. So now we're still looking for 2 keys.
So yeah, we've already seen quite a bit, and we'll probably come to an end. Probably it would take a few more minutes to end the current puzzle, right?
Yeah. From here, I'd say we have the little puzzle over here that will take a bit. But yeah, I definitely recommend people to check it out and finish the puzzle themselves if they really like what they're seeing. Because we also have a demo on right now on Steam. That's running for a bit, so you could definitely try out the room yourself if you're into escape rooms, and if you played the first game, I'm sure you'll enjoy this one too.
So currently it's still in development, right? You mentioned the demo. When are you going to release?
Yeah, so the release date is October 21st, so it's quite close, so people have something to look forward to.
Okay. Well then, thank you very much for your time. And final question, as usual, is maybe publish everything that we have just recorded.
Yeah.
Thank you.